So I've been through, this is the Cornish hive. I think I'll name them top bar, Cornish, 1, 2. It's just, so I've got a bit of a, so you understand which ones I'm looking at. So I always do the top bar first, then I come over to the Cornish bees, and then I go to that one there, and then I go over to the angry buggers over there, which are now nice and timid, but that's the one with the double brood box on. So this one here, I've been through it. You don't necessarily always need smoke. You know, sometimes these bees just fascinating just to watch them. They're just very happy, just minding their own business. You know, they're kind of just, you don't need to smoke them up. The idea is the smoke, it simulates a kind of forest fire. You know, it's like they're, say for instance in the natural, they're in a hollow of a tree and there was a fire. They would instantly start collecting honey. So when you smoke a hive, you smoke the entrance, and that signal, and the entrance bee, guard bees, will send the signal inside. You smoke on top before you start lifting the frames out, and you'll just have you'll just see lots and lots of abdomens, little bums in the air where they've ducked their heads into the honey and quickly filling themselves up. The idea is that, so if they need to leave, they've got stores in their stomachs to land somewhere and start building a hive. I said last week with regards to the honey that all this new white wax, this comb that's been drawn out from the foundation, is made from honey. They secrete little wax flakes which they fashion into the cells, build up the cells. So there's not much to report on this, which is good. The bees are, you know, getting on with it. There's lots of little white fluffy bees in here, newly hatched bees. They who have obviously hatched this week in the last 7 days. I found one practice cup. So, you know, I've broken that down. There wasn't a cell in there. There was nothing inside it. Just practicing. See how relaxed they are? Not agitated at all. Put Queenie back. So I look in these cells to see if, I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully that can zoom. They can actually see that. But there's little tiny cells in there. Brand spanking new. Just been laid. You'd have laid these. If when you lift out your frames and you can't find the queen, you can just look inside the cells. If there's newly fresh laid eggs, you know she's in there. She just dived down to the dark. If you lift out, you can see if you kind of lay in the little newly fresh cells. They lay down. The new eggs lay down and become a sort of pupa brood state. That's when they start filling up there, and they kind of look like the little miniature magnets. Sometimes when you lift out, you can't see any freshly laid eggs, but the brood's laying down, and the bees they're starting to get agitated. And what that can be a reason for that, where your queen's left, taking the flying bees, and there's those particular freshly laid eggs have laid down into brood, and there's no fresh laid eggs to replace them. So the bees are kind of, the nurse bees are still looking after the bees, but it's only a matter of time before the queen substance, that pheromone that she emits to keep them all happy, so they're all kind of looking around and fawning over her, that depletes, and they start getting confused, and there's disorder and panic. So I'll drop her back in. This is the Cornish bees. I'm going to stop this. The squeaking sound is my rubber gloves, but for the sake of a bit of squeaking, I don't want to risk getting stung until I get a harness. Alright.